Welcome back to Pro and Noob. I will say the last for DanDaDan. It's not the last of DanDaDan.
No.
You will have at least one more for this season. Big blowout episode. And we will eventually be back. I pray it's not 2 years. I fear it is. I pray it's not.
Really? That's how long the lead time is looking.
Here's the thing. Science Saru is not a big studio.
Okay.
They're relatively new. I think they're not even 20 years old. I think they're like 15 at max. They've never put out more than 2 shows a year.
I see.
They've had DanDaDan this year. They've got, I want to say it's Sedona coming in the fall season or no, because winter's next year. Next year they have The Ghost in the Shell, and they have hold on, I need to fucking remember the name of this thing. I want to say Jardaga. It's not far off Star Wars, but anyway, so that's 2026. So it's looking like season 3 or season 2, whichever way on the fence you fall on that with DanDaDan.
Yeah.
It's looking like 27. And I mainly feel sorry for Jerry. I don't think Jerry's strong enough to wait 2 years to not finish off on this cliffhanger. So yeah, I am still terrified from last week.
So can I hit you?
Terrified.
Can I hit you with a brief non sequitur? Just because I made the John and Norwood joke. So one of my few shameful vices I have is I am an avid player of the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And I'm damn good at it too.
DanDaDan.
Damn good. They recently added Jude Law's character from Skeleton Crew. And those of you who have seen Skeleton Crew know he goes by a number of names in that show. It becomes a running gag that every time he runs into somebody, they call him by a different name. Now, I understand they were building out their new pirate faction. So I understand why they gave him the name Captain Silvo. But you cowards could have just called that man John and Norwood, and it would have been much more fun. But that's not the point. He also doesn't have an ability that uses the lightsaber he steals, which also disappointed me. Like, it's very clearly him at the beginning of the show because he's got the helmet on, and it's like Captain Silvo. I'm sure they're leaving the door open to do John and Norwood, and he has,
that's what it sounds like, yeah.
And he has the lightsaber.
I assume it's a gacha, right? It's a gacha game. Is it a gacha?
I mean, it's like a hero collector, Yeah,
it's gacha, yeah. Oh.
But I don't know. I've seen gacha get used as such an to the point where I don't know if that genre name has any meaning anymore.
It never did. It never did. Just, can you collect characters? Do you spend money on characters? Do you have to play the game for 80 years to get free currency to get a character? It's a gacha.
Galaxy of Heroes is complicated and frustrating, but that's not the point. We're here to talk about DanDaDan. So I will say, I messaged you right as I finished the episode going, this is what you were talking about. This is what you were talking about.
I will say, I did give you warning about this a fair while ago.
And what was your warning?
Because the last time it happened, I went, it happens one more time. I said it happened. There's one last time it happened. And here's ended the season with it.
Here's what I think is funny. I don't know if I laughed at the moment or it was a knowing laugh of, oh wow, this will be most of our conversation today. But there was a moment like when it happens, I was like, I like loudly laughed. And I'm
so scared. Terrified.
Here's the thing. I don't know what to make of it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because it ends there, right? Because it ends there. I don't know what to make of
it doesn't technically end there. R.I.P. Ira, poor girl, just got atomized.
Oh yeah, because she was there like a post-credit type thing?
No, she just never leaves the house.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we did follow up on that because Netflix immediately threw me out, so I assumed there wasn't anything after the credits.
No, it's not.
I
was hoping there would be. I was hoping they'd jump forward slightly, but they did not.
So, pardon me. They don't leave you with a whole lot at the end, right? And that's part of why I don't know what to make of it. I am praying we don't spend the better part of an arc dealing with Rei Ayanami kissing Okaroon coming out of the kaiju. I'm really hoping that does not dominate too much of season 3 whenever it may come.
I'll tell you right now, it does not.
Okay. Then I understand because this is a legitimate moment of confusion and like
they're all legitimate.
What the fuck is going on? No, listen, this is incredibly contrived, but the other ones are just old hats. Like now, I will say, time will tell. There is room to have conversation about trope next season. A very pervasive trope, one that I think it was Green Crush I first heard, or maybe it was Lindsay Ellis. I don't remember, but it was the whole idea of the trope of born sexy yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
Kind of like very, very Lilu and the Fifth Element coded type thing of like, look at this like breathtaking human being who is, just kind of showed up. They know nothing, but they are inexplicably glued to our main male character. And, it's very tropey. And I'm very curious to see how tropey this gets because that opening salvo of Rei Ayanami in the thing. And then, we cut to Momo just seeing the uncomfortable kiss that is laid upon Okaroon. Time will tell. But yeah, I don't know. It ends there, and I don't know what to expect from what's coming next. So I have no ability to have a real Jarod stinker opinion about it. So
I was expecting one. I was like, because it is every time it's done. It is it's contrived. It's contrived. It's now a cliffhanger. Just like, turn that up.
Again, but for me, this is a big we'll see. Like this could be endearing. It could be endearing. It could be a moment where we get to see Okaroon and Momo have a legitimate moment where they communicate through this instead of one of them shutting down and the other one curling up into a ball. There could be
never happened.
That's been pretty much every other time this has happened.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, because all right, the whole Ira thing in the Serpo arc, he does not shut down. She doesn't shut down. No, she doesn't. She pushes him away.
That's what I mean.
She doesn't want to hear anything.
She just goes on lockdown.
He is the one that then has the conversation about, look, I don't care if it's anyone else, but if you don't understand what's just happened, that's the problem. He has that conversation.
Sure, and she's so upset that it almost gets them killed a couple times. And again, I'm just saying
they don't nearly die because of that. They nearly die because Ira keeps. No, not Ira, because Okaroon keeps quoting Kentakakura. That's why they need that a couple of times.
Oh yeah, it's not Momo's insanely dramatic reaction to it. Got it.
No, but I mean, I'm saying it's the reaction to the line. It's not the reaction to the situation that's just happened. It's different.
I would say one primed her for the other, but that's beside the point. I'm just saying.
No.
I think there's room for this to actually be a meaningful character beat, as opposed to it having the kind of frustratingly contrived whatevers. You know, you and I have a little Instagram meme chat with Jerry.
Yeah. Jerry almost legitimately spoiled it for you last night. I shit myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't check it in a minute. Hold on. Because I saw the one he put in there recently. Because I also avoid it like the plague. Right?
Yeah.
I avoid it like
was
the
in
plague.
The Evangelion one.
Oh, it was
you
in
just
the Ava
completely
one.
got the wrong chat. And I none of us caught it. And I went, oh, it's the wrong chat. Just like, fuck. Jerry, delete that quick, please. And then he deleted it. It was all fine.
Oh, he deleted it? What he sent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All he said was, he was like, yeah, Jared's not gonna like that in the slightest. No. Jared's not gonna like the new competition. It's like, no, Jared's not gonna like new competition in the slightest.
So no, I did miss that. It was probably sent while we were doing Luminous Odyssey.
I think it might have been that.
But either way, I avoid it, but I did see one that made me laugh. Because he sent one in that was like very Jared coded or whatever. And it was basically like every time that like Momo and Okaru are about to have a breakthrough, and then something happens, and it's like the stick figure like flipping the fucking table.
Did you see your next cosplay? It was slightly before that. I don't think you did see it. Spoilers, it was a Serpo.
Oh no.
Yeah. With full-on spinning.
Jared's next cosplay?
Yeah. So good.
That's really so clever. Good. That's really clever. Serpo
and a Roosevelt.
Bro.
You gotta do it.
Sir Roosevelt.
You gotta do it. All you gotta do is make the head, and that's literally it. And you just stand there like that.
But no, I like I said, well, time will tell on how I feel about this cliffhanger. Truly, like I
think in the end you'll be all right with it, to be honest.
I'm sure I will. We make a lot of hay about me getting frustrated about like the teen romance of it all. It really has not affected that much of my opinion about the show. It's just like
it's just dominated the conversation.
It's dominated the conversation because it's the thing that I have the biggest like that like we spend a lot of time of me unpacking how I feel about it. Because for the most part, I spend most of these episodes going, I liked everything. This was a lot of fun. Action great. Characters great. Show looks amazing. Love the music. Fight choreography is awesome. Like, character designs are badass. Like, I spend most of these episodes going, I really like this show. Let me unpack the thing that I'm struggling with and kind of talking through it with you. Yeah. And I think that like
that's fair. And it just terrifies me.
I don't want my take on this show to be perceived as being overwhelmingly negative. What?
Overwhelmingly narrative. Yeah.
I would just say negative and then got really distracted. Did anybody else hear like a random piano key?
No.
Mitch, there's a ghost in my fucking computer. I'm convinced.
Probably a yokai, yeah.
For those of you at home,
check yourself quickly. Just check yourself quickly. Is it there? Are they there?
Hello?
Not the ghost. I'm talking about 3 very specific things that only you can check. The context of this show, Jarod.
Oh. I was thinking it was something to do with my computer. No, for those of you at home, I made the terrifying decision of trying to clean the space in which I record in. Did some sweeping and mopping and had to unplug everything. And when I plugged everything back in, nothing worked. And then I got it to
Except
work.
everything worked.
No. It was potato quality at first. My sound wasn't working. My microphone was fucked up, and my camera wasn't working.
You have seen what I saw. Everything was working.
By the time you saw it, I did have to do a lot of like diagnostic maintenance to get it there. But by the time I had got it to work, my picture was clear, but it seemed really weird and fuzzy. And like had like a lot of like image noise in the picture. In particular, and I'll be vindicated eventually. It was right here on like the Darth Vader's helmet on my Revenge of the Jedi poster, and it was freaking me out. It was freaking me out, and now my computer earphones are just now playing musical instruments. Now I'm.
You sure you didn't get a notification or something?
I don't know what notification I have.
Boom, when something comes up.
It sounded like a piano key. It sounded like a Zoom call. That
I bet it was Windows.
I don't know, man. Either way, I don't want my opinion to come across as overwhelmingly negative, because it is not. It is overwhelmingly positive. I love this show. Mm-hmm. There's just tropes and ideas and themes that I struggle with from time to time.
There is a trope and a theme that you have struggled with,
but it's challenging for me, and I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate watching something that has a very specific thing that I have to kind of work through. You know, with Evangelion, it was understanding it all. You know, it was trying to parse out understanding where the story was going in an already like infamously hard to understand story. With Cowboy Bebop, it was me having to realize at the very end that like Spike was designed to not progress as a character. And the stalling that happened to me, kind of like trying to appreciate the show, when I had to go, the point is that he stays this way. He is intentionally static. And having a newfound appreciation of the show because of that. And here it is, you know, it's the mix of the anime speak plus teenage romance trope kind of all together, having a lot of friction for me and a show that I otherwise adore. And that has been an interesting.
That's the right word. That's the right word.
What?
Adore.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's the right word. Because I fucking love this.
I do too.
I was really taken aback when this came out, like season 1. And I was like, what the fuck is this? What's everyone talking about? And I'm like, oh, I get it. Straight away. Oh, I get it. I've been obsessed ever since. It's kind of crazy.
So
I think I genuinely get as much out of this as I do Evangelion. Which is saying a lot for me.
I don't know if I'm there personally, but I get it and I respect that. No, but on the topic of the episode at large, you know, if we go back to what has kind of been like one of the other driving conversations is the metaphor about puberty and adolescence. And, you know, we've talked about the porcupine dilemma or the hedgehog dilemma of romance as at this age. We've talked about the pitfalls of sincerity and how that is a danger to itself. We've talked about the identity stuff. And here is a really fun, and to somebody like me in particular, poignant exploration of how long are you allowed to love the things you love when you're becoming a young adult. And
why Kinta's goated?
I like a lot of what this episode has to say. I struggle still a little bit with Kinta's framing, but I really do love that. Again, like it is there's this unbelievable evil. How do we overcome it? It is, Joe or Gigi in his way being very earnest and friendly to this very angry thing. And it is that earnestness that puts him in a compromised position. It's dangerous, but it saved the day, kind of thing. And here it is Kinta, like, just unabashedly loving this nerdy thing he loves. I remember when I was around this, a good bit younger, kind of like junior high age. We were doing our big like standardized test of the year.
Yeah.
So we're trapped in one classroom all day, and I would get done sooner than a lot of my classmates. Just because when that kind of thing happened, I just kind of got into a rhythm, and did well enough. And it was around that time I got super into, and you're gonna scoff and roll your eyes, and I want to fucking hear it. I don't so don't want to hear it.
Damning opinion of me. Wow.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No,
how little you think of me.
No, because I'm not in the mood to get my balls busted over this. It was at the time that I got really into like the fan-made lightsaber duels. Those of you in the know, those of you who don't know, who won't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Ryan versus Dorkman 2 specifically. I'm talking about Ryan versus Brandon. I'm talking about Ferocity, the lightsaber, there's a LCC, the lightsaber choreography competition, where it'd just be like people would just submit these fan film duels. It was a fun little competition, and I loved watching them. I love watching them every year. One of my favorite versus YouTubers as a teenager did a couple of them, and they were great fights. And I remember just having a whole lot of fucking fun watching them. And it was one of those things where I just kind of like fell down that rabbit hole of like, it's like, I remember seeing this I remember seeing this when I was younger. At the time, I was younger than, and I remember seeing this. I like rewatched it. I'm like, oh yeah, that was cool. And then it recommended me another one and another one and another one and another one and another one. And the algoed. And I was just kind of like having a good time. Like, I have nothing else to do right now. I got my earbuds in. Nobody can hear. I'm not being disruptive. I'm just having a good time watching these fan duels. And I remember there were some kids who were busting my balls about it hard. And it was like, and it wasn't even like the Kinta level nerd where it's I'm distracted because I'm just oogling at my new toy box, going in through the hallway and, running into people and getting into people's way. It was nothing like that. Like, I was just literally like in the back of the classroom, just like watching lightsaber duels. And I was getting shit for it. And I was like, fuck off. It became this thing where like everybody kept calling it Power Rangers shit. And then I got frustrated on top of that. I'm like, what? Because I even was like, what are you even talking about? Like, what are you even talking about? Yeah. Where it was like, I'm like, A, like you're just being an ass, but B, you're also like objectively wrong, and that's annoying me too.
Which is the funniest bit of it.
Yeah.
They do that shit intentionally. And of course that'd be the bit that get you. Specifically.
I also, I listen. What y'all got to understand, I was not an actually nerd. I was the guy who would. I was the guy when bullies picked on him said the meanest thing you've ever heard in your life, like on multiple occasions. I may have gotten socked in the face once because I did not know a guy who I did one of my patented "I fucked your mom" jokes to. That his mother had recently passed.
Jarod.
I did not know. I said that. I got everybody gasped.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And then I got
So you weren't the type of person to clap back with "That's why she's cold."
No.
Okay.
No. Well, because I had realized I had gone over the line, right? I was like, I was like, it's not that serious for me to make a joke like that. Like this little tete-a-tete was not worth that. So he Marcus, I hope you're doing well. Socked me in the fucking mouth. And then and I was getting ready to fight back. And then one of his friends, his mom's dead, you piece of shit. And I literally like my hands came down. I went, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just got done getting hit in the face. And I was like, we're gentlemen here. My apologies. I had no idea. Like I'm so used to telling you and all your friends that I fuck your mothers regularly. And it normally gets a normal level of reaction from that I had no idea. I apologize. And he accepted my apology. He apologized for hitting me. And I was like, you earned that. I was like, don't do it again. You earned that one.
These kids had it soft in school. That is the softest bullying shit I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my God, dude. The bullying with me was not soft. The bullying with me was not soft. I was just a good diplomat with that specific situation. With that specific situation, there is a very, despite us all being 12 and 13, there was a great moment of I didn't know. And him going, you had no way of knowing. We don't know each other like that. He was like, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made such an insensitive joke. Had I known, I never would have said that to you. But anyway.
Bullying gone woke, everyone.
Bullying went woke. Bullying went woke.
Can't even bully kids properly these days. What's the world coming to? Wonder where we are.
You know what I think is really funny? Just before I get back into talking about my feelings about the Kinta of it all, I think it's really funny that that DanDaDan Pro and Noob has elicited more stories about my adolescent life than the show I host that is mostly populated with people I've known since middle school.
That's fine.
Most of the stories I end up telling on Nerd Academy are do you guys remember this misadventure we went on during the musical? We're here. I'm like, y'all want to hear about me getting into fist fights and telling people I fucked their mom?
It's because it's what DanDaDan's your day-to-day life.
It is.
And all the crazy shit that goes on.
All of that said, I really do appreciate the Kinta of it all. Again, it does frame him as kind of the obsessive compulsive, can't function in society nerd. And that's a to get word of the day trope. That's a trope that I don't like because I think I think it's in some ways super regressive and frustrating. It is
I get it. Yeah,
it reminds me of how the amount of times I've had to tell people who love me and don't mean it as an insult that I would love Big Bang Theory because sometimes they make jokes about Star Wars and superheroes, and the one guy's always wearing a superhero T-shirt, and I have to explain to them, and I'm like, I am mostly surrounded by nerds all the time. Not a single motherfucking one of them talk like this. We bully the guys who talk like this, and that's without getting into the bizarre nerdy misogyny of Big Bang Theory either, but that's neither here nor there. But I brush against the obsessive compulsive element of it with Kinta because because I know any amount of care and fascination with this kind of shit gets lumped in with that. Even when you have a productive member of society, they get painted as they're in this hypnotic trance, almost zombified marching, look at my toy I bought.
Is RX 7KX. Z, sorry, because it's supposed to be a 2.
I brush against that. But what I do love is that, again, that unmitigated joy, that shameless, happy love of this thing empowers him in the same way we have seen these kind of weird puberty bridges get crossed into a smashing success and victory and overwhelming positivity for these characters throughout the show. So I really do like that this episode is so focused on you don't have to put your toys away. You know, you got to understand there's a world beyond the toys, but you don't got to put them away either. And I really appreciate that. You know, like I know.
I mean, it's just highlighting that people like that aren't inherently useless.
Yes,
that's what I adore about Kinta. A lot of people get hung up on with the perv. He's not a perv in the slightest. He's just horrendously misunderstood. But his whole thing is he's not inherently useless. He does have his place here. You can still be whatever age you are and enjoy a thing. Right? Yeah, that doesn't change your ability to function. Right?
Of course, and I agree with that, and I love all of that about him. Again, the compulsive side of it is frustrating.
But you have to have that for it to work.
Of course, and I know that it's one of those, like, if we use this shorthand, it gets the metaphor across a lot easier and a lot more efficiently. I understand and respect that. It's just something that I feel compelled to speak on. I also have, like, again, it's not that I dislike it. It's just like just getting into Kinta as an archetype. I knew too many people who thought they were an anime protagonist. One in particular who I love to tell stories about that I will not be telling on air. But
is it Levi?
No, it is not Levi. Levi was the opposite of this man. Like, what's funny? Like, again, like very, very DanDaDan. Levi and I, when we first met, hated each other, which is very funny. But no, I mean, there is an episode of Bombad Gaming from some years ago. If you want to hear a story about this person, go check out the Bombad Gaming episode where we were all on talking about the Revenge of the Sith video game while Scotty was playing it. I don't remember how it came up. I do not remember how it came up, but I did tell a story about this person on that episode of Bombad Gaming. So go check that out. Either way, I know too many people who thought they were anime protagonists and were doing the and I'm like, we gotta stop. We gotta fucking stop. We gotta fucking knock this off right now. I cannot talk to you while you're doing this.
That's right. We had guys like Naruto running in the halls.
I mean, okay.
Completely unironically.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a fucking buck with you. Okay.
You did that, didn't you?
No. I wasn't even watching anime at the time, man. Like, I don't know. Absolutely not. Again, shit like this is why it took me so long to get into anime, because I dealt with these motherfuckers all the time, bro. No, there was this one guy.
You just watch people do lightsaber fights on his phone in the back of his class. No.
Yeah, you know what I didn't do? Get up, pick up a yardstick, and do a fucking Surisu thing at the teacher. You know, like that didn't happen. You know, but
isn't there a whole video of you doing that on a stage with a teacher?
Yeah, during a choir concert. While we were performing Duel of the fucking Fates, Mitch.
Arguably worse.
Not worse. That arguably is worse. Performance. If I'm in the cafeteria and I'm trying to eat a piece of cold pizza and a salad that's just shredded lettuce and shitty ranch dressing, and I got to deal with you talking about your Omega style ass rip Megazord and you're fucking doing all the hand shit, I'm going to fight you. That's completely different. That's completely different from we were doing one of the most iconic songs from all of Star Wars in a choir concert. And the teacher asking me, because it was my idea
to
do Duel of the Fates, asking me to then duel the notoriously big Star Wars fan astronomy teacher. No. This is a don't condescend to me. Do not. Okay, now I'm going to pull a theater kid. Don't modulate the key and then not debate with me, motherfucker. I do not allow you to put smut upon my name. And then not listen to me defend myself. But no, I knew a kid. I shit you not. Choir concerts in high school. Dress code was all black, and we were putting a choir robe on top of it anyway. This motherfucker shows up to like 4 of the 7 choir concerts he was a part of. In again, because it was just like black dress shirt, black tie, black slacks, black shoes, black socks, right? Homeboy shows up in a full all black steampunk suit, you know, a top hat with like
Did it have the goggles on it as well?
Oh no! Don't worry. I say steampunk because it had like the big collar and like a lot of like it had a lot of those like big kind of like flared out features kind of thing going on. No goggles. We had the top hat that had like ravens and skulls on them. He had an eye patch on.
Classic.
He had 2 eyes, and they both worked. This is not a Connor situation. He just shows up, eye patch on, with a raven cane, and was
mid-2000s weeb. Like.
Yeah, and like in the mid-20 teens. So not only was it cringe, it was outdated cringe. And it was deeply attention seeking.
I couldn't respect it.
Because here's the thing. No, you don't want to say that. As your friend, you don't want to defend this guy. As a professional courtesy. No. Here's the thing. I can accept cringe. I can accept people being ridiculous in public. Fuck off. What I hate is people who do shit like this specifically for attention and then act surprised that you've gotten people's attention. Because while he was standing there looking like that, and the rest of us right-thinking human beings were trying to pretend he didn't exist, for his sake, he would do his best to pose.
Classic.
Like, it was like, we see the fit Piccolo type shit, but it was like AI-generated, like, weirdo plague doctor kid. Okay? I knew a billion Kintas. Is what I'm saying.
But you didn't know this Kinta.
I didn't know this Kinta. Like I said, there are elements of it that I struggle with. You know, again,
this Kinta's based. I will hear no slander.
It's the posing. It's you know. And now, granted, I will give him the grace of he is still riding.
He can back it up.
He is still riding the high of his little mech fight. You know, I will give him the grace of he's having a moment still. But, you know, I was a little, you know, I was like, okay, let's keep going. But
we did not keep going. We end. That's what happens.
Which was good enough for me because I couldn't take much more.
Poor Kinta. Don't bully the kid.
I'm not bullying him. I just said that his arc is beautiful. Oh, my God.
Just compared him to, like, a skull and raven top hat wearing motherfucker posing during choir. What's more damning than that?
I ain't compare him to him. I'm saying like the posing is something that I personally have very little patience for anymore. But no, I will say there was something that I was very curious of, and it gets answered immediately, obviously, with Raya, not me. But
I adore that name, and I really want to just tell you what her name actually is, but part of me thinks it's funnier if I make you wait for 2 years.
Okay. She'll just be Raya, not me for 2 years then.
I mean, it depends. If you really want to know, I can tell you.
It's up to you.
What's up to you, Jarod?
What's her name?
Vamela.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to be... it's Bamela. I've just killed a man on air.
I was expecting her name is this, but technically, and I was expecting like a fuller name that like Vamela is like abbreviated, that it's abbreviated to Vamela.
No.
My brain was not ready for it. Well, technically it's Bamela, and I just oh my gosh.
That's the joke. That's
okay, hold on. We're taking a little breaky for a second. Hold on. Okay, we're back. I had to take a little bio break. My near spit take pushed me over, and I was like, I can go to the bathroom. I told Mitch just now. I'll tell you guys. I giggled my way out of my studio and giggled my way back in.
You did. Yeah.
It's just.
But it's one of those weird translation things that people can't get over.
Okay.
Because the Japanese don't have V.
Okay.
They replace the V's with the B's. So, like, vitamins is literally vitamin in a more Japanese accent, not a fucking Southeast UK accent. But yeah, it's some people say Bamala or Bamola, but no. Yeah, Bamala.
I will ultimately just say whatever they say in the show.
I guarantee you the English dub will say Vamola or Vamala. However they pronounce it, it will be a V. Unless they're one of those, because some dubs do like respect how it's pronounced with certain names. Like if it's an R, it won't be like Ryuko or be Liu. I can't even fucking say it. It'll be an L. Anyway. Like or Okaroon will be Okaloon. So it sounds like an R, but it's not. Some do it, some don't. I guarantee it'll be a V.
Okay. Well, I would probably understand however it's said in the show. I normally default to that kind of thing as well. Like there's a lot of
that's fair. I've done that my entire life.
There's a lot of Star Wars stuff that I'll be like, man, I can't wait to hear somebody say this in a show or an audiobook. So I know how the fuck to say this. But the issue then becomes, because I've become such an audiobook guy, that I'll hear it. I have no fucking clue on how to spell it. There are so many High Republic characters. If you put a gun to my head and said spell their name with like 80% accuracy,
no chance. No chance.
But anyway, but yeah, no, I really do like this episode. But what I was interested by, and it immediately gets answered with, say it again.
Vamala.
Van Bamela, that with her being in the suit, but like I was like, oh, like for a moment there, I thought the veil was pierced, right? And I thought they were going to do something really interesting, where like because there was like a mass civilian event where they witnessed a UAP. You know, that was and a UFO. That was an unidentified flying object, which became several unidentifiable flying things. That there was almost a moment that I think that I was like, maybe there was a moment where so many people saw something that was supernatural that it opened them up, and that's why they could see the tiny kaiju. And I was like, oh, that's such a fun way to end the season. Is like the veil has been pierced. Like everybody can see this shit now. And, you know, they rush home and they take the kaiju back, and, you know, Rei Ayanami's in there. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it was a thing in the physical world as opposed to it being in the weird kind of in between veil stuff, you know?
The empty space. I think they've named it already. I can't remember actually. Or was that just me?
Maybe.
Anyway, it's empty space. It's empty space. That's why it's cool.
But yeah, I was thinking that's where we were going. And I do like the fact that, like, in hindsight, there were clues that this was a suit.
I was going to ask you about this. Did you have any in the slides that this was a suit?
So it did cross my mind last week. It did cross my mind last week because it never blinks. And
Never blinks and the eyes never move.
It never blinks and the eyes never move. And I was like, maybe? But I was like, but again, it was one of those, maybe this is a stylistic choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like, it's DanDaDan, so of course it's a fucking suit.
Yeah. You know, like, yeah, I was like, well, of course it is, you know? But like, it did briefly cross my mind.
High-tech suit with an actual zipper.
Yes.
Only DanDaDan.
It's great. It's great. But yeah, no, the idea of this is some type of apparatus crossed my mind, but I was like, oh, maybe this is just a stylistic choice, and like they're paying homage to that kind of thing, or you know, maybe this isn't exactly what we think it is, but like maybe it's a robot or something like that, you know. I did have a moment where I was like, it's specifically when we see its feet that I was like, that looks not.
It moves like a person in a suit.
It moves like a person in a suit sometimes, and there was something about the foot that seemed like suitish, and I was like, nah.
It never moves like a leg should, or even like a Godzilla leg. Or it moves like a Godzilla leg. That's how you know it's a suit. But it's very everything. It's like one of those really badly articulated toys. It goes up, it comes down.
Yeah.
There's no ankle joint or pivot.
Yeah.
Because I've been holding back the entire time this thing's been on screen. It's like, is he going to notice it's a suit?
It crossed my mind several times. Like I said, it was one of those like, it was one of, I didn't want to Darth Jar Jar it, you know, where like, you know, it's like, oh, Jar Jar has yellow eyes. Who else has yellow eyes? Sith Lords. You know, like I didn't want to be like, ooh, it's not moving, it's not blinking, it's moving like old, you know, Godzilla flicks, and it's doing. I didn't want to lean into that because I was like, you know, there's more interesting things to talk about than just that. But I was curious about it, and I was surprised that ended up being where they went. I was more inclined to think like, oh, they've pierced the veil. And there's a part of me that wishes that was the case. Like, I'm happy with where the show went so far. But there was a part of me that was like, ooh, like, what if we let this genie out of the bottle, you know?
Well, you already had a little moment of that with the Tsuchinoko worm and the spaceship. Not that the worm actually showed up. There are questions about that.
Yeah.
Because we know the UFO Peeny Weeny ship was currently holding the worm at the time, but there's no worm in that picture.
Yeah.
So how's that happen? What's going on there? That's a question.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand, like, you know, the yokai are, you know, they have to follow the empty space rules, but because aliens are of our dimension, but not of our world, that they don't apply to the empty space of it all. But because their perception of reality is different from ours, they can perceive the empty space. But they are not limited to existing within it. Like I can understand how, like, it's almost like you're in like a circular building.
Yeah.
But like one of the doors only opens one way, where the other doors kind of go both directions. You know? Yeah. So like I can perceive of it that way. That makes sense to me. I don't mind that. I quite like it, actually. But yeah. DanDaDan good. Season 2 in the can, baby.
DanDaDan very good. I find it fascinating because they very specifically made a choice to end it here. And I think, you know, I said before, there's 2 endings that would have been fine. This was obviously one of them. I can't tell you what the other one is.
Is that digging into what season 3 will be?
Yeah. Got it. This is it's a prologue to what season 3 is about. Because you can't introduce a character and then not have them be a focal point at some point.
Well, yeah, and when you said, like, you know, this will have its like on like cursed house moment of like, and here we fucking go, you know.
It very much is a cursed house moment.
By the time they were taking the kaiju home, I was like, oh, okay, so this is our little,
is what I'm.
This is exactly what I was here to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative moment, you know,
because the whole on a chapter to chapter basis in the manga that wasn't in there. that whole bit with Okarun and Evil Eye Gigi getting the suit and running back wasn't in the chapters. It's in the volume.
That's funny. And
it's one of those, like the Turbo Granny with the hairdryer because she misses running situations in the outro for season 1. It wasn't added into the story. It's at the end as a, hey, this is how they got here. And this entire arc, they've extended and added in things. And it's like, they're obviously going for this ending with Amala as opposed to the other one because you can tell they're filling out and expanding certain things. Like the fight with Ira and the Kaiju isn't that long. That was heavily expanded on. It's like, okay, we're going to end here. And then obviously the 6 minutes of the Kinta flashback at the start of this arc, and you get the whole adding Okarun. Like the Okarun Gigi bit is, that's the one bit I would have wanted because it adds so much context and it's just so fun. And it also hints, because did you catch the little pink glow in the Kaiju mouth?
I did.
Yeah. It's that little...
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the way they animate her is really funny because they play on romance anime does this a lot. When there's a specific moment with the female characters or the women characters, they will go that extra step in the detail. Like the hair's not as blocky, there's more blocks to it, and you get individual strands, and like the suit's more wrinkled and all this stuff. She's the only one that's drawn like that at the end. Okarun's drawn completely.
You're absolutely right. I got that vibe as well, where I was like, she feels like she was. That's part of why I kept calling her like Ray Ayanami, because she felt plucked and out of a different art style.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to say she is based visually.
She fucking has to be. She fucking has to be. I will not. No. Science Saru will not could never gaslight me into thinking that there is not a healthy heaping helping of Ray Ayanami in this character. I mean, the hair, they do a little pastiche.
It's literally a plug suit.
It's a plug suit. They do a little pastiche of the little nodes on her head where it's like the little like floppy ear thingies. Like, nah, y'all aren't that slick. Y'all don't get to do an Ava reference in the penultimate episode and then act like you didn't prime my brain to think of Neon Genesis Evangelion when you bust this kaiju open and that's just color swap Ray Ayanami in there. She's Ray Ayanami with the color palette of that one chick from Demon Slayer.
What, the girl with pink and green hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
it's
guess.
Ray with that aesthetic. Like that's all that is.
I haven't got that far in Demon Slayer yet, I think.
I haven't either. I just see cosplay on the internet all the time and at my local convention. I
wonder why they cosplay that specific one.
Right? It's almost like I've had I've wanted to avoid Demon Slayer because it's all I fucking see.
Demon Slayer is so interesting.
I've seen like the first 3 or 4 episodes, and it was all right,
Demon Slayer is a bit like Jujutsu Kaisen. It's like, hey, if you've seen Bleach, we're going to do Bleach, but short. We're not going to run through 300 episodes.
We're going to do Bleach. We're not going to do Bleach. We're going to do Bleach.
My brain didn't get that joke down. I was like, what the? It's like, oh, sure, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Or we're not going to do Bleach. We're going to do each. But Bleach is funnier.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen for you. But I don't want to wait 2 years, Joe.
I don't either.
I don't want to wait.
I don't either.
I've had 2 absolutely fucking diabolical cliffhangers from DanDaDan this week alone.
They honey dicking you in the manga too.
The community is they've lost the ability to think over what just happened. Not a single neuron has fired off in 5 days. It's It's funny.
It's okay. I've had my own version of that, watching people act surprised that even though the gigantic megacorp did a super anti-fascist, anti-corporatism TV show, surprised that they still fell for fascism. I'm having a great time watching people go, I can't believe these are the same people that made Andor. Oh. Oh. It's almost like it was
full on Mickey Mouse laugh there.
It was almost like it was prestige TV bait. Oh.
So funny. But
You
we will
fucking
hopefully
nards. Sorry.
Hopefully we'll be back next week.
Time to
No
tell.
promises on that one. We have to sort something out.
Yeah.
If you made it this far, Jerry, you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jerry, Jerry, you're watching at work. Text me your availability.
Or me. Either way. Text Jared. It'll be quicker for Jared. If Jared can look at his damn phone for once, but look at him.
I'm overwhelmed
Sitting
by the
there like,
horrors. I'm overwhelmed by the horrors.
What horrors?
The horrors, man.
He's scared of gays and pianos.
I'm not scared of gays and pianos. I am.
I am the gay in the piano.
I am the gay at the piano. I am the one who knocks. No, it's just a good time living in the land of Gunburger.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite Hassan Pikerism. Is everything in America is Gunburger. It's Gunburger, parking lot, Walmart, Gunburger.
That's funny.
This is the most like late stage capitalism thing I've ever said. I want a shirt that says "America is Gunburger." Very badly.
I'll make it.
Thank you.
Give me a couple of months and I'll make it. I'll do. I'm not proud. Yeah. So we will be back, hopefully, sometime soon. We are going to have a little break as well, but we'll talk about more of that next week. So
yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll catch you later. So, bye.
Find your ball. They never found his ball. Find your ball.
Before you end it, that's going to be so funny. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun. It's so fun. Grow a pair and grow up. That's DanDaDan.
Oh, I'll tell you. Okay. Find your ball.